Hey guys, it's Drew here and welcome to FudgeMuppet. We've been given so much content to analyse so far at E3 and we are so hyped for Fallout 76. Now all that's left to do is go over every shot with a fine-toothed comb to unearth every secret and every piece of info hidden within. In this video I'm going to show you every confirmed weapon so far, and we'll speculate about what some of the harder to classify weapons may be, so sit back and keep your eyes peeled for this one. The first weapon we see in the cinematic trailer appears to be a hunting rifle. We see the barrel of it in this particular shot, followed by the woman walking past the suit of T-51B power armor, holding what looks to be the same gun. We can also see a scoped version of the weapon later on in the Bethesda presentation footage. We all know that weapon well as it appeared in Fallout 3, New Vegas and Fallout 4. The next weapon can be seen in the hands of the second wanderer to pass the buried armor, and we also see it in the shot that seems to be inside one of West Virginia's volcanic mountains. This is a fire axe, but it's been modded with 6 spikes for some extra lethal punch. The third weapon we see is an all-new weapon. We catch a small glimpse of it in the digger shot of the cinematic trailer, but we'll also see it scattered throughout the longer presentation gameplay. This weapon has a drum mag and is reloaded from the top like an LMG, but the way it is carried and fired makes it look more like an assault rifle, as it doesn't seem too heavy. You may be able to tell us in the comments exactly what this weapon is, but to me the barrel shroud, which is the cage that goes over the barrel to prevent heat injury, looks a lot like the Russian World War II weapon named the PPSH-41. The drum magazine combined with the aesthetic of the barrel and the stock resemble this weapon closely. The weapon looks like it packs a wallop, and it's a nice change from the standard arsenal we have from other games. It's not big and bulky like a minigun, but it has a large magazine and hits hard. In the shot with the bat, as well as in the shot with the 4 power armoured vault dwellers, we see a heavy weapon with a wide barrel that looks really futuristic. It looks as though it either fires a massive projectile or perhaps electricity, judging by the aesthetic. But while it is hard to make out in this short clip, it looks more like a type of minigun which needs to be wound like a crank to operate. With Todd's glorious visage on the left of the screen, we then get to see some concept art. One of the first shows a man sitting beside the classic laser rifle. The inclusion of this weapon is confirmed with plenty of footage throughout the gameplay display. Not much to say about this one. Laser rifles and pistols are back, most likely exactly as they were in Fallout 4. We then see another piece of concept art that seems slightly more stylized than the others. There is unusual plant life all around, and the survivors are cloaked and carrying weapons covered in tape. To me the weapon looks like a shotgun, but it doesn't look like the combat shotgun, and besides it's very difficult to tell. A bunch of familiar weapons can be seen in the Fallout style informational animations, and while that doesn't confirm their presence in the game itself, I'd say it's safe to bet that they will all feature. We see a cartoon pistol, axe and shish kebab. We also see a cartoon sawed-off shotgun and even a drill. If that is going to become a new melee weapon, that could lead to some seriously satisfying executions. We've had some extremely psychotic doctors and builders in our history of Fallout 4 builds, but with a drill like this delivered to the dome, the future is bright for Fallout 76 FudgeMuppet builds. One clip shows a battle between 2 survivors. The attacker fires a missile with what I presume is the same missile launcher as Fallout 4. It even has the same distinct sound effect when firing a missile. In response, the player whips out a Flintlock Pistol. You even have to reload the gunpowder the old-fashioned way. This is a really cool addition, even if it seems a little dated. The pistol executes the enemy in basically one shot, incapacitating them and preparing them for an easy finish. And it makes sense that a weapon which takes a long time to load and only holds a single round would deal a huge amount of damage. In Fallout 4 we saw the laser musket, which seemed to replicate an old-timey gun with a sci-fi laser weapon twist. The Flintlock pistol on the other hand is all traditional, and you'll even need a ramrod to reload it with. No doubt we'll have an old school Civil War themed build to accompany this badass weapon. Another returning weapon is the harpoon gun. We see it pop up a few times in the gameplay and it's pretty distinctive in the way it's held. This could make for some hilarious situations if you pin another player to a wall. The assault rifle from Fallout 4 returns, along with what looks like a brand new assault rifle. It has a pretty simple design with a short round barrel and has a pretty high fire rate. To me this seems like another flexible, reliable middleweight assault rifle. The 44 revolver is back, as well as the pipe revolver, which is heavily modified in some shots to function like a silenced pipe revolver rifle. So it seems like weapon modding is back in all of its glory in Fallout 76. 2 more returning weapons are the combat shotgun and the Gores Rifle. But when we saw the Gores Rifle being held by the survivor in power armor, we also see another new addition to the Fallout arsenal. We've already talked about the wind-up heavy weapon held by the soldier in military green. The soldier in red has the Gores Rifle, and the soldier on the far left has a rifle that looks to be the PPSH we mentioned before. But the final weapon is slightly harder to identify. It's being held low like a heavy weapon, with a barrel shroud and an extremely long barrel. Whatever it is, it must be incredibly accurate with such a long barrel. Hell, you could probably impale your foes on it and it'd still have better range than most shotties. In the following gameplay, it appears to be automatic, only it has a slower rate of fire when compared to the other miniguns and LMGs. There's only one more weapon to talk about, and this one is an addition for any explosives experts out there. We've got frags, we've got mines, we've got plasma pulse and nuka grenades, but all of these pale in comparison to this new weapon. I'm of course talking about nukes, literal nuclear armaments, which you can use to obliterate entire sections of the map, plunging it into radioactive hell. This weapon lets you physically alter the map and will no doubt be an important mechanic in your relationship with the hills of West Virginia and the dozens of players inhabiting the region. And there you have it guys, all the weapons shown so far in Bethesda's E3 showcase. If you spotted anything cool in the gameplay or the trailers, let us know in the comments below. I hope you're as hyped for Fallout 76 as we are. Thank you so much for watching, I've been Drew, and I'll see you next time.